What's happening, guys? My name's Bobby O'Neill. I'm the pitching guy here with Headbangers Sports. I'm also the pitching coach here at Azusa Pacific University. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the most important part of a player's development, which is learning how to improve your throwing habits. In my 4 years of college baseball as a pitcher and all the years I played pro ball and that decade and a half that I've been in player development, one of those quotes that stood out to me during this whole journey is that baseball is a high-level game of catch. And one of those things that stands out to me the most that I wish I knew then what I know now is that playing catch on a daily basis is where pitchers get the majority of our work. And if we're not optimizing the time that we're spending on a daily basis to improve your overall mechanics, you're really wasting a lot of time and you're wasting a lot of bullets and you're not setting yourself up for success. More recently, in my first year as a college pitching coach, I've discovered this app that has been widely successful in improving the day-to-day reps for my athletes that I'm going to be showcasing in today's video. I actually stumbled on this app accidentally. One of my online clients was showing me this app that his son uses for his catching instruction, and he showed me how a lot of pro catchers use this to help monitor the receiving, and they use it to get instant feedback, which is one of the most important parts of development, is being able to have those feedback loops on a more consistent basis. So I started using it with my own clients, and then I gradually integrated to using this for some of my college guys, and so far it's been super helpful for me to have, one, another set of eyes, but two, just another angle at what I'm trying to look at for my athletes. But it also gives the athlete a chance to see those reps instantly. But before we get into that app, I want to make sure you understand what you're looking for in your delivery, so that once you get into the app, you're not just looking at yourself throwing blindly and just saying like, oh yeah, I look pretty cool there, but you're actually looking for specific things. So here are 3 key checkpoints that I have my athletes look for when they're watching themselves on video. First is in their overall arm path. If they are getting extremely long back here and their arm is getting deep away from their body, what I have them do is, watching themselves from a side view, they're going to see whether their arm is stabbing out away from their body and getting left behind this way, or they're keeping their arm in place and they're flying forward with their body to create too much space. The second, I have them watch their timing and whether their arm is able to flip up into this kind of 45-degree angle here, where they're not quite all the way flipped up, but they're not stuck beneath their armpit when their foot is going into foot strike. And the third checkpoint is making sure that their landing stays strong all the way through the finish of their throw. Guys who struggle with sticking their landing have a tendency to allow the leveraging point or the fulcrum of their delivery to continue to leak forward or press forward as they're going into their follow through. So for these guys, I tell them to keep their hip in place and throw against their landing and stay in the bite just a little bit longer. So for most guys, it's pretty easy to stay locked in on those checkpoints just with how you feel, but sometimes just having another set of eyes from a separate angle from your own perspective is super helpful in getting instant feedback and making instant adjustments. So you start off with an iPad parallel to where you're going to be throwing, and you're going to be able to see both the beginning where your arm is swinging and the end where you're following through completely all the way through the completion of the rep. The app we're going to be using is called Video Delay 2.0. What it does is it gives you a delayed perspective of the mirror image of what you're doing. So essentially it's like looking in a mirror with a delay so that you can finish the throw and then watch yourself before starting the next throw. So once you have the app set up, you can either press record or you can just have it play continuously without the record button. You're going to throw the way you normally do, and then after you finish the throw, take a peek. So right away I can see in this video that my hand is getting pressed far away from my body and it's getting detached from the flow of my body moving forward. So what I'm going to do on this next rep is I'm going to try to keep it closer to my body without tensing up. I can see that my arm isn't getting as extended and it's getting a little bit more flow up to the surface, but I still feel like I was stuck, so I'm going to try another rep and see if I can improve it. So on that one, I noticed that my arm wasn't getting lagged or stuck behind at foot strike. I noticed how I flipped up a little bit more free and easy, and it actually felt a little better on my arm. So once you get into the swing of this routine, you don't necessarily have to look at the iPad every single throw. It's just there for the ones that you feel like you're messing up on and you might not know what you need to fix. It's just a quick glance and then go right back to work. I like to use this app during the first 60 feet of your throwing routine, where you're not trying to throw bullets, but you're just trying to get a feel for what your mechanics are feeling like that day. But if you struggle when you start increasing distance and increasing intent, it's important to bring the iPad out with you and extend with you into long toss. That way we're bulletproofing what we were working really hard on in catch play at short distances, and we want to repeat that during extended distances so we're not compromising your arm with poor mechanics. I think the key takeaway here is that every single rep counts, and the more eyes you can get on you, the better. And if you don't have a ton of people in your corner and you don't have a huge team of people helping you on a day-to-day basis, we have our iPhones at our disposal. And if you're not utilizing something like a video delay app or even just your own camera phone to get feedback from how you're playing catch, you're probably wasting a lot of reps, and you're probably making and forming bad habits that you don't even realize until someone else tells you. And if you have a coach like myself who's only seeing you once a week, well, man, how many bad reps did you get in that time that are keeping you from achieving your max potential? So by utilizing a video resource as a tool to help you stay on target and stay on task and stay committed to one or two things that you're working on that day, man, how much better are we going to get if we can actually capture those daily reps instead of just once a week for 30 minutes with someone like me? If that was helpful, guys, make sure to look up the Video Delay 2.0 app and find it either on your iPhone or your Google Android phone, whatever you weirdos who have an Android. For all you weirdos who have an Android, make sure that you're utilizing some form of video resource to help you improve your daily habits. Make sure to like this video, guys. Also follow Headbangers Sports here. If you have any questions pertaining to throwing mechanics, I offer a ton of resources on my website at www.bobbyoneil37.com/throw. Take care. God bless.